you're going to start from your knees, okay? So you start from your knees, and then, so when you decide to be on bottom, you know, two things will happen. So you're gonna accomplish what you want. Of course, you want that. You think about that. Could be half guard, could be other position, but you know what we are trying to do today is get to the close guard. So you can accomplish that, or that's not gonna happen. All right. If that happens, you have a little bit of time to, you know, to set up your game. Okay, so I want to do this first, and then this, and then that. If you don't get that full guard right away, immediately the person on top is going to start to pass. And maybe you're going to be behind. All right? So, and then you don't want that to happen when you're training. You always want to be ahead of your partner. All right? So you want to dictate. I want to do this. I don't want to be behind. Okay? So if I want to get the close guard right there, it's not just get a grip right here and sit in front of the person like that, because he's gonna get a grip on my pants, he's gonna try to go to the side. So I wanna make sure that I get that full guard. So I have 1 and 2. All right, so right hand is on top, right leg first. This leg is important. This leg, I have to do a really long step. So I cannot put my foot between his knees right here and sit back, because by the time that I'm going, look, he's gonna be on my side. So this step is really, really long, really long. So this foot, I always like to think about this foot going all the way to his foot. I'm pushing him a little bit because there's an action and reaction. So when I push him, he's gonna push me back, and then I'm gonna close the guard. All right, and this is what I want. From this position, I know that if he wants to do something, he's going to start pushing my knee, and then, you know, it's going to take him a little bit of time. This is different if I have the open guard right there, that he can step over and go to my side at any second. All right? So we are going to practice that. Right hand on top, left hand, grab, control this lead. All right, so, and then I go 1 and 2. All right. The reason that I go with my right leg is because I'm controlling this sleeve right here. So I want this leg second. All right. So I want this leg first. 1 right here. Another thing, I don't want to bring my foot in and sit back, because my leg is gonna get trapped. All right. So here, look, I'm going to the side, and then I'm able to clear this leg and close the guard. All right, so I'm gonna give you guys 2 minutes to do it. Okay, time. So our first, I'm gonna show two positions right here. All right. Okay. So we're gonna start here from the closed guard down. And then they are very similar. So the first grip is on his knee, right here. The second grip, I'm gonna try to hook his leg. All right? And everything else will be very, very similar. All right? So sometimes this grip right here, what happened is, if you try to get the grip right here, and then it's really, if his pants are tight, very hard. So what I like to do is, I like to get a grip right here, move his head that way, so release a little bit of pressure, and then I get a good grip right now. All right, so I don't want his weight right here on this knee. That's tough for me to get, so I'm gonna move. 1, I'm gonna get a good grip right here, 4 fingers, oh, and go back and get my grip here. And this is a pistol grip. All right. So now first sweep, flower sweep right here. So I'm going to step on the mat. There is no space between my knee and his side right there. So if I step on the mat and open, he's gonna bring his elbow. It's gonna make it very hard. So these knee is really tight. All right, so what I want to do, I want to go to the right and pull him back right here. All right, so I go 1 and 2. All right, so this foot, I'm gonna slide this as high as I can to control his upper body. So this leg on his hip doesn't do anything. All the way up right there. I want his shoulder on the mat. I'm gonna take that momentum to go and get on top. All right? So that's the first one. Okay, so I get the position, adjust my grip. You see how very hard to get this grip right here. And then I go 1, go back to the sleeve, set 1, go back right here, and get on top. 6 points. So let's start with this one. Okay, the second position is attacking on the arm. Okay. Now, similar position, but instead to do the sweep, I'm gonna attack the arm. All right. So I get the position right here. All right. So this is the same. This is not the same. So this one, I have to hook his leg. So there's 2 things that I want you guys to pay attention. All right. So the first one is this space. All right. So look, if I move my hips a little bit to the side, it's easier. There's more space for me to get my hand right there. All right. So if I'm here and his knee is against my hip right there, sometimes it's very hard. All right. So move your hips a little bit and then I go. Another thing is if the person is sitting back, I'm never going to be able to get my arm around. All right. So as soon as I place my hand right here, I'm going to pull the person with my knees. So I go 1 and 2. So now I can go deeper with this grip right here. Once I hook this 1, I want this knee right here off the mat. 2, I want my head going towards that knee. All right. Instead to put him on top of, see, this is the sweep. All right. You see how he's on top of my leg. All right. If I want to attack the arm, I don't want that to happen. So when I get the position right here, I need to move. So I step on the mat, I move. Now I can go through my leg and finish. All right. So 1, move my hips. 2, bring my hand. 3, pull him forward. I'm not going to use my arm. I'm going to use my legs right here. So once I see that space, look, I'm going to hook the leg and bring my head towards the knee. So look at this foot. This foot is on the mat. I'm not going to dump him on top. See, my knee is not on the mat here. I'm never going to get that arm bar. Okay, here I have to go 100% to do the sweep right there. So before his shoulder is on the mat right there, look, I'm going to step and hip out. Throw the leg over, knees together, and finish that arm bar. All right. So let's see the second one. All right. Time. Is that switched up to bar or no? Both of you did? Yeah. Okay. All right. So that was one option. Oh, from that position. All right. So actually we can, there is a setup for a triangle. There is a setup for the omoplata. You can take the back all off that position. All right. So besides this, we're going to move on that sweep. So again, close guard. So now, I have my option grabbing the same side sleeve. So now I go to the opposite. All right. So instead to go with my arm over, boom, I'm gonna go and get my arm under. All right. So I want to control the arm with the 4 fingers grip right here. All right. So I'm here, I'm trying to do, it's not working. The guy has a solid base right here. Maybe he's sitting back, and then I go right there. Okay, so once I decide to control this arm, okay, so now he cannot post his hand on the mat, and I'm gonna take advantage of this. All right, so what I'm doing here, I'm gonna sit up. That's my position right here. You see how it's very important to keep his hand on my stomach right here. Okay, so I'm gonna control that sleeve. I'm gonna be ready. Look, this, I'm gonna post this elbow on the mat, and I kind of at the same time is foot on the mat. So I get the position right here. Now I'm gonna turn this into a hip bump sweep. So this foot on the mat is important. I'm gonna push off the mat right here, and then I'm gonna do that hip bump and get on top. All right. So first one, I was controlling the same side. So now I'm gonna control the opposite sleeve right here. All right. So as soon as I touch my elbow on the mat, I'm gonna place my foot. I'm gonna move my hips. I'm gonna slide my elbow back right there, and then look, oh, and then I go. One way that I like to think is I want to look over my shoulder. Okay, so because I need to twist my upper body, so I get the position one. All right, so instead just to use my hips, so look, I'm looking over my shoulder. Oh, and then I get on top, hands on the mat, establish my position, 6 points. All right, so let's go, guys. Okay, time. So now, okay, off this action and reaction. All right, so I try to go and do my hip bump sweep. Of course, the guy's gonna push me back, and look what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to take the back. All right, so put my close guard right here. So remember, first one, same side sleeve. Second one, I go right there. All right, and then I'm gonna go here, 1 and 2. As soon as I start to get my hip off the mat, he's gonna push me back. Look what happened here. My hand comes right here on his wrist. All right, so I'm gonna take advantage of that, and I'm gonna drag that arm all the way right here. Okay, I'm gonna bring his arm across. Okay, so he's on top of my leg. So sometimes what happened here, if I try to take the back and I try to climb, that's not gonna be a good idea, because all his weight is over my leg. So instead to do that, so what I'm doing is, 1, I'm gonna control his armpit right here. All right, 2, I'm gonna step on the mat, and then I'm gonna move my hips. But instead just to go to my side, I'm gonna go towards his head right there. Okay, so I move my hips right here and have a good control. I'm gonna pull here and get my second hook. All right, so let's do the other side. So I get my grip right here. Remember, once I touch my elbow on the mat, this is when I open the guard, move, sit up. I'm gonna get my hips off the mat. He's gonna push me back. Look, 2 on 1. I'm gonna drag that arm across. I'm gonna hold that, okay? And then I control the armpit right away. If I try to take that back from this position, it's gonna be hard because my legs is stuck, all right? So my foot is on the mat. If I just move my hips out, this is not what I want. See, because I need to be close to him. So when I get the position here, look, I'm gonna go towards the head and get my second hook in. All right, so here I can go and get my seatbelt grip. Let's do inside here. And then I go. Okay, so I go here. 1, he's gonna push me back. Boom. 2. get my position right here, and then go towards the head right there. All right, so I'm pulling, I'm using bottom leg. I get here, and then I get my seatbelt grip. All right, let's go, guys. All right, guys, time. Okay, so I have one more position. This we didn't do this week, but I like it. So let's see right here. Okay. So sometimes, and there's a position that I really like to do is I control the opposite arm, and then I get this arm wrapped, over wrapped right there. All right, and then here I can attack the arm, I can attack, I have a lot of things that I can do from this position. All right, but it's a little bit different. All right, because what I want to do, instead to hold with the opposite, you see it right here, opposite arm, and get it. Okay, I'm gonna grab the same side lapel right here, and I'm gonna do the same thing. So the concept right here is control, get, and drop that arm. I'm gonna do the same thing, but instead to do on this arm, I'm gonna do here on this arm. So I get the position right now, and then it's a little bit off. You feel like, oh man, how I'm supposed to do that? But I'm gonna use this to take the back. So look, I'm gonna go here, one, and then I have to pay attention on his elbow right here. So I'm gonna get my position right here, and look what happened. I'm laying on top of his arm right now. And look what happened right now. Everything here is open. All right. Of course, there's nothing I can do. I'm not going to go here and get a wrist lock or get a kimura right here. But look, once I get the arm on this position, I want to be heavy on this arm. And then I'm just going to turn into him right there. And then I have the back. I can climb on top just because I'm going to put his arm in that weird position. All right? So if you think about the concept right now, look, his arm goes right here. And I'm doing on this arm. So look, I'm going to go one, focus on that elbow. I want to clear that arm. I want to get my head underneath right here and still holding. So now, arm is trapped. Okay, what the person right here is gonna do, that is nothing that he can do right here, because there's a lot of pressure on his shoulder. If I turn to my right, he's gonna move. All right, so I always need to turn to my left right here towards him. His arm is stuck, and then I can go right here and take it back. On that foot, let me do on a different angle right here. How this position is terrible. Okay, so I get right here. I'm going to start with the arm. The arm is under his arm, and then I get my head. Once I pass my head right here, just like I'm giving the guillotine. Boom. And then I'm here. All right, starts to move. Look what happened. He cannot counter my choke. So his arm is over there. Look, I'm gonna get the position, and he can counter with this one, but you know, this is not enough. I'm gonna go, I get the position, I control the wrist, I start to put, and his arm is still stuck right here. Okay, so let's try. I know it's a little awkward position to go with the arm and with the head underneath, but this is a nice option, good variation.